Imagine you're a talented artist pouring your souls into your work only to receive the lowest of the lowest salary in the studio. This time, we're going to dive deep into the actual cost of anime production, and I will explain it as simply as possible. But first, did you know that anime films produced for screening in movie theaters can cost up to 500 million yen or $3 million US? For example, Kimi no Na wa or Your Name is said to have a production cost up to 450 million yen or $2.8 million US. However, there are exceptions like Ghibli films, The Boy and the Heron, released in 2023, which had an approximate cost up to 10 million yen or $60 million US due to its 7 years production period. I know that's just crazy. But what about anime series then? Are they more expensive? According to Masamune Sakaki, a CG creator who has worked on Mushoku Tensei and Idol Master, an average 13-episode anime costs around 250 million yen or $2 million US. In an interview, Takayuki Nagatani, a producer for dozens of anime, claimed that one of his shows, Shirobako, cost 500 million yen or $4 million US for 24 episodes. According to an investigation by the Media Development Research Institute (ENC), a 24 minutes of television anime in 2010 cost around 11 million yen or $70,000 US per episode. Additionally, Asian Economic Magazine stated that anime production costs 260 million yen or $1.6 million US for 13 episodes anime series. If this sounds like a staggering figures, keep in mind that they are comparable to those for most American deep cable shows. As for the hard-working animators, the average pay is a mere $28,000 a year. And according to a survey of anime producers conducted by the Japan Animators and Directors Association or JANICA, the average annual income for the new animators is around 1.6 million yen per year. It's like $9,500. And just for your information, the lowest point of the average annual wage in Japan was in 2015 at approximately cost 37.5 thousand US dollars. The difference is freaking mind-blowing. Anyway, based on all of that info, we can guess that the average cost of making an anime episode is around 80 to 190,000 US dollars or 1.3 to 2.5 million for a single core of an anime series. Here's the breakdown for average anime production costs per episode. First, we have the original work or material used to create the anime, such as manga, like novel, video game, or anything like that. The cost for the rights to adapt an original work into an anime can widely differ, with the bare minimum being around 200,000 yen or 1.3 thousand US dollars per episode. In some cases, the original author may also receive royalties or a percentage for the profits from the anime sales and merchandise. Next is the script, a written document that outlines the dialogue, actions, and scenes of an episode. A script can cost around 250,000 yen or 1.6 thousand US dollars per episode. Storyboarding, which visually represents how the final animation will look. It is a series of drawings that outline the key scenes, camera angles, and action sequence for an episode. Cost an average of around 300,000 yen or 1.9 thousand US dollars per episode. Other important elements like character design, prop design, and other visual elements may cost around 900,000 yen or 5,700 US dollars per person. Additionally, the number of characters and the level of detail required can affect the cost. Series composition, which involves developing story arcs and character development, may cost around 150,000 yen or $950 for one episode. Voice actors or seiyuu, depending on their popularity and their length of the role, can cost around 800,000 yen or 5,000 US dollars per episode. This cost can increase significantly for the well-known voice actors or for main characters with extensive dialogue. Let's not forget about the director that is worked really hard for the anime production process. Art director, audio director, animation director, CG director, director of photography, and the others typically cost around 2 million yen or 12,700 US dollars per episode. Keyframe, which define the starting and the ending points of any smooth transition. If 24-minute anime has 300 cuts per episode and the average per cut is 5,000 yen, it's gonna be 1.5 million yen or almost 10 grand per episode, depending on the length and the complexity of the episode. If there's a keyframe, there's also in-between frame. If you assume an episode has 5,000 frames, the price for an in-betweener is 220 yen or just under $3 per frame. Surprisingly, this rate hasn't changed much in the past 30 years. So it'll be around 1.1 million yen or about $7,000 per episode. Next, we have animation supervision, the process of overseeing the animation process to ensure that it meets the artistic and technical standards set by the director and production team. The cost is around 450,000 yen or $2,800 per episode. Color design is the process of determining the color schemes and the palettes used throughout the animation. In general, the cost for color designs for a single episode would be 150,000 yen or $950 per episode, depending on the colors used in the animation. And there's color assigns and checker, the process of assigning specific colors to characters, backgrounds, and other elements of the animation, as well as the quality control process. Around 600,000 yen or $3,800 is the cost average for an episode. Next is photography, the process of combining the various elements of the animation, which includes the compositing and finalizing the visuals. Generally, for a standard 24 episodes of anime, the cost is around 1.5 million yen or $9,500 per episode, depending on the complexity, numbers of effects required, and the length of the series. CG or computer graphics is becoming more common in anime these days because they are faster and cheaper. On average, it's around 1.6 million yen or $10,000 per episode. This covers things like 3D modeling and animation techniques that add depth to the traditional 2D style. The production manager or assistant production manager, the one who will coordinate between each production department, track progress, and deliver production materials, will cost at least 700,000 yen or $4,500 per episode. Background design is a crucial part of establishing the visual world of anime. The cost depending on the complexity of the background, the number of unique locations, and the style. Of course, the experience of the background designers too. The average is around 1.5 million yen or $9,500 per episode. And one of the most expensive part in its production is the sound design or musical score. The process of creating and integrating audio elements like dialogue, sound effects, and music to enhance the overall audiovisual experience of the anime. The number would reach approximately 3 million yen or $19,000 per episode. Administrative or studio expenses such as electricity, water, internet, computers, recording room will be over 2.8 million yen or almost $18,000 per episode. And finally, video editing, the process of assembling and refining the animated footage to create the final version of the anime will cost around 300,000 yen or $1,900 per episode. With all of that, the total would be $126,000 per episode or $1.65 million for 13 episodes anime series. But the thing is, according to a book, Let's Become an Anime Producer, written by Fukuhara P, if you want to pay the staff a proper salary, you're looking at least $250,000 per episode or $3.3 million for one title. While these figures are a far cry from the supersized budgets of Hollywood, the anime industry is labor-intensive and expensive. Like other entertainment ventures, any anime production must ensure that its budget matches its expected earning. Some of this information may be outdated, so I apologize to any misinformation or errors in this video. And being creative.